Motives, we believe in change, and we believe that this is a skill that you can master only if you give it time. Now, with this entire podcast series, we've totally transformed the direction we're heading with all our episodes, all the people we bring on. I hope you guys like it. Love you all, and let's get started. Motives, how are you going? This is the Behind Your Motive podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. I hope you're having a great day, and I just wanted to quickly check up with you guys and give you a little check-up episode for the podcast, because just recently I've rebranded the entire direction of the podcast, the direction I want to head in, how I want to provide more value for you guys, the speakers and coaches and mentors that I want to bring in. But before I get into that, I want to step back a bit and just outline what's been going on in my life. If you follow me on Instagram at Motivepreneur, you will know that I have been laid off from work recently. So that's been a very different experience for me. It was very unexpected. I got told 3 days ago, and it was official 2 days ago. So this transition has been, I wouldn't say tough just yet, because I have this podcast, I have this Instagram, and so now it's a time for my life to be able to double down on that stuff. So now you guys can expect a whole lot more value out of these podcast episodes, out of the Instagram page. There's going to be a very new direction for you guys to head in, and for you to also join us. What we believe here on the Behind Your Motive podcast is for young adults to find their voice and pursue their dreams. The actions we must take in order to find our voice is to surround ourselves with mentors who have walked the path we want to walk on. Now, here on this podcast, I'll be outlining and sharing with you guys those different coaches, mentors from around the world, because they will have such unique experiences that you can learn from. They all have mastered the transition phase, and that's the phase I'm in currently with my life. I've just gone through another transition in my life, from a full-time job working 45 hours a week to literally nothing and no income whatsoever. So this is a very tough transition in a sense, but it's also a very exciting transition, and that's the side I want you guys to see out of all this. No matter what's happening in your life right now, I'm sure we're all getting affected by the same thing that's going around the world at the moment with this virus. I'm sure a lot of us have lost our jobs as well. I'm sure a lot of us are down in the dumps, right? But you have to understand that this is not forever. This will subside. This will go away. So you have to be in control of today, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You really don't. So in saying that, I hope we're both able to accomplish our goals and our dreams during this time. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are out of work and want to do something. So I encourage you to just step forward. Take that first step towards that vision, towards that dream. We all have vision in our lives. We all had dreams in our lives. Every single coach that I'm going to be putting on this podcast, interviewing on this podcast for you guys, all started from zero. All started from being lost. All started from nowhere. But one day, one thing changed in their life, and that was the stepping stone towards a new direction. And I confidently believe that this is a new beginning for me. I have experienced a lot of things in this last 7 months working at the job. I've learned a lot of skills, but more importantly, I've understood that that job is not for me, and that's totally fine. Now, this new path that I'm on right now may not even be for me in the next 2 years. I'm not too sure. And that's the power of it, right? You don't know either. You really do not know where your life is going to head in whatever direction tomorrow, let alone today sometimes, right? So you must be in control of today. You must be in control of today. Does that make sense? So what I wanted to outline to you guys is there will be a new direction to this podcast. This podcast, I hope you get a lot of value out of, and you can apply the lessons you learn from the different coaches I bring on to your life right now, because I want to really solidify the importance of having a coach. Really solidify the importance of having a mentor by your side in your corner, because it truly has transformed my life on a personal level, on a business level, on a mental level. 3-4 weeks ago, I think I acquired my first coach, who I will be having on this podcast very soon for you guys. He's a sales professional. His name's Angel, so look forward to having him on there. And even though he's just a sales professional, his totally new perspective of life really transforms mine. It really allowed me to see a new direction to life, right? I didn't know I had a hidden talent within me. I was always dismissing it. I was always saying, no, I don't want to be that person. I don't. But it's that simple wording, right? It's the simple things that sometimes yourself, you never realize you're saying, you're doing. But until someone else looks upon your life, looks upon your habits, they can truly transform the direction you're heading. Just from changing those words to don't into I want this. I want to become this. How do I become this? That's powerful motives. That's really powerful. And that's something that I hope today, after listening to this episode, really puts into your life from now. Don't wait till tomorrow to start changing the way you think, changing the way you speak to yourself. Start right now. Instead of saying, I don't know how to do this, say, I don't know how to do this yet. That simple word is so powerful. It gives you hope. It gives you hope of a better future, because it is possible. Anything you put your mind on is possible, and these coaches that I bring on to this podcast will tell you the exact same thing. I've been very fortunate enough to surround myself with these types of influential people that are better than me, people that have walked the path that I want to walk on, and that is powerful in and on itself. That's the experience that I'm going to bring to you guys through this episode, through this entire series. I will be interviewing, breaking down all the thoughts that go through these coaches' minds and how they transform their students' lives. You guys will be totally blown away by the people that I bring on this episode, bring on this entire podcast now. I have the time. I have no more excuses. I have the vision. I have the power to do what I want to do now. And so do you. So this is why a lot of this entire podcast will be focusing on that transition phase. And I'm not too sure if you've heard me say it in previous episodes, but I have mentioned the transition phase a lot. And that is a very underlooked area in one's life. It's the ability to really bounce back and rebound of life's mishaps, of life's uncertain events. The ability to do that really differentiates the successful people and the entrepreneurs, if you like to call it, the successful people and the people who just never started and never took action. Or maybe they did start and they had one bad mistake and they totally gave up. Guys, you see it all the time. You see it all the time. But the only stories that you do see in the mainstream all the time is the ones that have become successful. But the one thing you never see is their hard work and determination behind the scenes before they got to that level. Trust me, guys, it takes years and years of hard work to get to where you want to go. You may think, oh, I just watched this guy's YouTube video and he's an overnight success. I'm sure you guys throw that word around a lot. And I'm the same, right? Ever since I began on this journey myself, I thought all these influential people, quote unquote, were overnight successes as well. But the more you research them, the more you study these magnificent people in our lives, you soon start to realize that, no, it wasn't an overnight success. That is total crap. The amount of shit they had to go through to get to where they are, no wonder why they're successful. It's that mindset that you need. It's that killer instinct that you need to get past every single mishap that happens in your life. So, in this 10 minutes, I've just outlined the entire new direction that this podcast will head into. Firstly, I'll be interviewing mentors and coaches worldwide. And trust me on that, guys, it's going to be getting real deep real soon. I'll be outlining the transitionary phase that not a lot of people explore. And I'll also be diving deep into the mindset required to stay and sustain this life for your future. I hope you guys like this episode. Stick around for more, guys. And give it a rating down below if you can. It will truly mean the world to me if you just leave a 5-star rating, a 4-star rating, whatever you think of this episode, whatever you think of this entire series. And leave a little written message for me to read. Thank you. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye-bye.